chat isn't messed up because I was hosting Pem. He's playing, but now I'm not hosting because I'm playing. But he's still playing, so I don't know how this is going to work. Hopefully it all works, though. Guess I can check and make sure. There it is. Okay. Well, I know that's working at least. Alright. And as usual, we'll get started as soon as the intro is over. For the last time for a little while, because we're going to finish the game today. Yeah, I think that's the right one. Yeah, it's the right one. Alright, here we go. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Chrono Trigger, the stream edition. Sorry for the late start today. I got busy doing my homework for school and just sort of lost track of time, really. But anyway, even with the fact that we're starting a little bit later today, that shouldn't make any difference in terms of us being able to complete the game today, because last time we finished up all of the side quests throughout time that we had to do in order to buff ourselves up and be completely ready for the final confrontations with Queen Zeal and eventually Lavos. And we also started the Black Omen a little bit, but didn't get too far into it there. But today we're going to remedy that by going all the way through and, you know, hopefully finishing the game without too terribly much difficulty. I mean, there's bound to be some, but not a horrible amount. Anyway, since last time, the only real change I think that I've made is that I switched Robo from, what did he have here originally? I think he had, I don't remember what he had here originally, but now he has the golden stud and kept the prism specs. I think he had the sunglasses is what he had there originally, but yeah, I just put him on the golden stud for the little bit less MP cost for him, because usually his techs cost a ton of MP to use, and Luca's already cost a ton, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just give him that. Prism specs still on Luca because she's going to be spamming flare all over the place, and Ayla still got the alluring top because she's going to be, you know, doing crazy things too. For now, I put Chrono on the Swallow because he's not going to need the Rainbow for the next time he's going to be in the party. I also put him on the Magic Ring, although I think I'm going to switch that for the Sunglasses once we get to the actual fight that I want to do there. And I'm going to put the Magic Ring, or rather the thing that we get that is better than the Magic Ring, on Marley in place of the Wrath Band when we get them involved in the next boss fight. Frog has the Sunglasses because he's going to be the next person to use them in a boss fight, and Magus just has the Silver Stud because I didn't have anything else to put there. But yeah, that's basically the endgame setup that we got going on there, so now let's head back into the Black Omen and see what we can find in here. Now I should mention that if you're going for absolute, like 100% completion or whatever, You probably shouldn't do the Black Omen in 12,000 BC, because basically, once you beat it here, if you were to say beat it in 1000 AD, you could go backwards in time to the Middle Ages and then complete it again, although with some of the enemies despawned. And then you could go back all the way to here and do it again. So you go through it up to 3 times in order to get items there. But I decided I'm not going to bother with that because I don't really need all of that stuff. So that's why we're going to be going and just doing it the old-fashioned way here. And we haven't seen these guys since the beginning of the game there. Gotta wait for them to pop their shields open and not just to attack, but like that. No, hang on. We'll just do this until they pop it open. Nope, never mind, that's not right. Because they'll take minimal damage otherwise, and they also counter by trying to hit you with lock, and lock is no good. Okay, that one's just opened his shields. Now we can smack him one, and then he'll die. Yeah, you gotta wait for that animation before you can actually hit him there. There you go. No, don't need double bomb just yet. I might need a heal beam though. But yeah, with the golden stud there, Robo can heal for everybody for a good probably 400-ish points of health there for about 1 MP. And that's pretty ridiculous. Like, it's going to be really helpful in this area. Those shield guys didn't have anything good to steal, by the way. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me open up my notes here, because they will tell me which enemies do have good things to steal. And the other reason why I'm opening it up is because I'm pretty sure this enemy that I'm fighting here has something that I'd like to steal. I believe so, if they are what I think they are, and I'm pretty sure they are. Let's take a look. So let's get Ayla's turn. Yes, these are Martellos. I'd like to steal from them because they can give you turbo ethers if you steal from them. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we'll attack the one that is up there, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, once you steal from them, you can basically just wail on them, and then you'll be fine. So. Gotta be careful though, because the enemies in here do inflict a fairly hefty amount of damage to you, so you'll need to heal fairly often. Yeah, with the alluring top, Ayla should be able to charm most of the items that I could ever really want without too much trouble here. So we will need to heal though fairly often, so that's why Robo's on the golden stud, so that healing isn't really a huge deal. The TP that we're getting here it's okay, but it's nothing compared to what we'll be getting in a few moments once we find the right enemy. Oh, and speaking of TP, I should mention that I also, in the interim there, I actually went to, I spent about 20 minutes, maybe 25, after the last stream. I went to 65 million BC and I fought News off-screen with Magus in the party in order to get him to learn Dark Matter. As you'll see soon, though, that was fairly unnecessary because there are enemies in here where I would have been able to have Magus in the party without any trouble at all, and he would earn like 100 tech points as long as I killed them, so I didn't really need to do that. But I did it, so it's already done. Nothing I can do about it now. These guys, I would also like to steal something from Fang Beasts. They can give me, I think, Nova Armor? Yep. Alright, I needed a second set of that anyway for Chrono, so. And then we just need to kill them, and I think Double Bomb works right here, so let's look. Yes, it does. I don't need to steal more than one, because I'm never going to need more than 2 at a time. So it should be fine. Yeah. A Double Bomb works pretty well on them there. Did he drop an elixir there? I think he dropped an elixir. Not bad. Oh, here's the save point. I could have just gone all the way over here. Oh boy. Alright, so if I had Robo's final tech there, I would probably want to use it here because I think those enemies are pretty weak to it, but I don't. So because I don't, I'm going to steal from them and then have Robo heal because, you know, people are getting wrecked here. The robot guys up there, they don't have anything useful to steal, so I'm not too concerned with that. Alright, Robo got his turn first, so let's do a heal beam. We'll hold on to Luca's turn there because I'm going to actually have her and Ayla do one of their new techs there to hopefully wipe these guys out. You know, once they're done wailing on us. Just don't kill Ayla, that's all I care about. She's gonna need a little healing after this. It's okay though. Where is it? Inferno, here we go. Give it your all. Nice. Not bad, you two. Yeah, sometimes you can't quite rely on double bomb for everything, so it's probably a good idea to have a backup plan, and when I say I have a backup plan, I mean I have Ayla, so that hopefully should work out just fine for us. Turbo Ethers, by the way, which I just grabbed there, they fully restore your MP, and sometimes, I mean, we have tons of elixirs, but if you don't have tons of elixirs, you might want to consider stealing a few of those, just so that you have them, because they will come in handy in some of the fights that we do here, so... Obviously, just remember to heal occasionally, and then you'll be fine. Should I equip Chrono with that? No, I think this is still a better setup for him for right now. And same thing for Frog, because we don't have his. Basically, once we get the helmets that I want for them, that's when I'm going to switch up their armor to the Nova armor, which we should have 2 of now, right? Yeah. Yep, okay. So that's fine. We will stick with what we've got here, and I am eventually going to get a better helmet for Robo there as well. Just not yet. So let's continue. Let's see where we can get here in the Black Omen. I think this room is a pretty important one, if I recall correctly. Let's see. Are these the enemies that I'm looking for? Yes, they are. These are panels. You can steal speed capsules from them, so you should do that every time you fight them, because then you can make your party even faster than they already are. It's pretty nice. I think they hit pretty hard, but that's nothing Robo can't handle. I think. Yeah, we should be good. And then once we get back to Ayla's turn, we'll do another Inferno, and that should take all of them out. Eventually, we won't have to worry as much about using both Ayla and Luca for that, because eventually Robo will learn his final tech, Electrocute, and then, well, then everything will die fairly easily. Although these guys might actually be resistant to electric since they're using electric attacks. I don't know. What else have we got there? There, you can steal. Each type of capsule is available to steal here in the Black Omen. And I will be stealing them maliciously. But, yeah, usually the speed capsules are the most important ones, followed by the magic capsules and then the strength capsules. So those are the ones we're going to place priority on. Yeah, we haven't quite gotten to the enemies yet that will give us all that TP that I was talking about. But we will. In due time. All in due time. Uh-oh. More of them. Now I will use probably I'll use the 2 speed capsules that I got there from the last guys on Frog, because he's the last person that needs any speed capsules for him to hit the speed that I want my party members to be at the end of the game. Once I do that, the rest of them are basically just free for whomever I feel like giving them to, so we'll see. I don't know who else I'm going to give them to just yet, but I'd like to steal them all so that way I can you know, take the opportunity. Unfortunately, the enemies, I believe, if I recall correctly, the enemies that give you, the capsules do not respawn. Not only as you go not only as you go through the area 3 different times if you want to do that, they also don't respawn if you go into a New Game Plus. If I remember right. I could be wrong, but that's, as far as I know, that's how it works. So you want to steal them in New Game if you can, because then you'll have them and you can do good things with them. This enemy up here is the enemy that I was talking about for when you wanted to get Magus' dark matter there, for when I wanted to get it, because I could have just used this enemy up here. I will show you why that is the case in just a moment. Just gonna quickly restore Ayla a little bit. She uses a lot of TP in this area, so if it wasn't for the fact that I needed her on the alluring top to make sure that I get all the steals I want, I'd be giving her a golden stud. But yeah, that's not the case. So what else was I going to use just here? Speed capsules, that's what. Hold on one moment. So, oh, that's right, Frog's not in the party. Well, I'll do it later then. But yeah, I need to use at least 2 on him, and then after that, well, the rest of them are pretty much free. I could get Chrono to max speed if I really wanted to, and just not have him using the Swallow anymore. And that might not be a bad idea. Well, anyway, these guys, the ones that you want to focus on after he uses Omnilock, are the little guys surrounding him, because they are the ones that give all the TP. So kill them as quickly as you can. They do have a lot of evasion, but hopefully we'll be able to kill them before they run away. Might be worthwhile to have Marley in the party here so that you can get, what's it called, haste on people, if you don't have the haste helms, which I don't at this point. Okay, well, that would have been good if she actually would have hit it for more than 0 damage. I think he's dead. Not quite. Don't you also run away. Damn it! Well, anyway, their friend here does not give nearly as much TP as they do. And I think he's pretty easy to kill, too, so it's... yeah, as you can see, he doesn't give basically anything. So you want to kill them as best you can. Sometimes that's not really feasible, but thankfully we don't need that much TP. I think they even respawn, too, like if you go a couple of rooms away and then back. So, as long as we kill a few of them through this place, we should be okay. You know what, let's use another heal beam there. Probo's got plenty of MP, since he's using the golden stud. But anyway, and the thing about this room is that the rooms where those guys spawn, I'm pretty sure you can find multiples of them, yeah, as you can see. So... unfortunately, they have like 16 speed and haste or something on them, so it kind of makes it hard to kill them. Might have gotten one there. Oh, no, not quite. Hold on. There we go, got one. So that's 100 TP pretty easily. Oh, nope, I want to attack the Nomad. My bad. Get a big hit, Luca. Damn. But yeah, just do the best you can, attack them to the best of your ability, and hopefully they'll die for you. Damn it. We will probably need to heal after each fight, though, just to stay on the safe side there. But yeah, each one gives 100 TP, so that's plenty of TP, as long as you can kill them, to get yourself all the way up there. Might be a case where it's worth going through the area each time, rather than only going through it once, but I'm fairly confident that we'll be able to get everything that I actually want out of here in one go, so we should be fine. Incidentally, Ayla's probably at like, what, 500-ish now? Yeah, and Robo got himself electrocuted already, so that'll be helpful for later on in the area. Yeah, as you can see, there's 3 of them just on this one screen, so that's plenty with which to grab some extra TP. If you can, that is. Unfortunately, our attacks aren't hugely powerful, but we should be okay to attack them. Come on, Ayla. Alright, Luca, all up to you. Damn it. That's getting a little annoying, but that's okay. Alright, Ayla, nice. And that should take care of that, yep. A little extra TP, so again, we should be good. I think you fight like at least 10 or 12 of those guys all the way through here, so you should get enough enough TP from them in order to get everything you need. If you've been, you know, kind of keeping up on your fights and not running away from too many things throughout this place. So, I don't think there's anything here for right now, though, so let's continue. These guys are another one that I'd like to steal from. I think they're a little annoying to kill, but I'd like to steal from them if I can. And I believe a lot of the attacks, the attacks that they're using in this area will inflict some status ailments on you, so it's usually a good idea to come in here with some status protection, just to avoid that. These guys also give turbo ethers, and I probably won't need them that badly coming up fairly soon, but that's okay. Just both of you stay on standby for now. Ayla can get her turn, and then we can blow them up probably, because Double Bomb should reach from here. I got this one's thing. And then you stay with that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, having Robo in the lead position here is really nice because he's almost always in direct proximity to the enemies to the point where Double Bomb can be used. And just exploited, basically, because it's one of the most powerful techs in the game, and it's just, it hits for ridiculous numbers, and that's always a good thing. Plus, most things in here aren't really resistant to fire, so that also helps out. Okay, let's keep going. What else we got? More of these guys. Oh, and they've got a friend with them this time, too. Well, I don't need the turbo ethers that badly now that I've got a bunch of them there, so I am going to try to steal from their friends up there, Flyclopses, because they can give you golden studs, which are very nice to have. I think you can steal one from each, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so we'll find out in a moment. There's one. I will keep Robo and Luca on standby there. Well, that's not very nice. Turn there because their bar filled up, so I just knee-jerk reaction to it, and well, didn't work out for me. Anyway, let's get heal beam going. Okay, well I got one out of them, so that's fine. I don't think you can steal more than one though from them because I don't remember seeing anybody saying where you can get more than one. Or rather, they may have just one shared between the two of them, and well, you know, that's no good. You guys can drink me if you want, but in a moment you're all going to die terrible fiery death, so, you know. Be your loss. See ya! Okay, well, the Flyclopses are a little more resistant, but not by much. We probably will need to use a few of those turbo ethers after this, though, just to get ourselves back up. And I don't mind, because I stole enough of them to where it doesn't really matter too much. So, high ethers will actually do the job, so let's do that instead. And then we'll use a few mid potions to get everybody back up. There we go. Nice and healed up. Now, what else is there? Nothing on this screen. Okay, well, we made our way through the first area, so let's head up, down, through, somewhere to this next area. And here's an elevator, and we'll probably have to fight some enemies on the way down here. Thankfully, there's no magic capsule that you have to ride your way all the way back up to, and then all the way back down to, unlike before. These Gato lookalikes do not have anything really useful. They do use Iron Sphere, even though it doesn't say it's Iron Sphere, but we don't really need to worry ourselves about that. Oh, hey, I can't hit the one behind me. Well, that's interesting. Oh well. Die. And then in case they survive, we'll use a heal beam. Yeah, I love Inferno. It's so good. deals tons of damage, and it's also why I gave Ayla a bunch of magic capsules there, because it's basically one of the most powerful techs in the game, as long as Ayla has enough magic to take advantage of the magic multipliers. I think she gets like a 19 times damage multiplier or something ridiculous like that off of it, which is just absolutely out of my mind. I can't even imagine. It's insane. Anyway, new enemies here, Hydracondas. These guys are also worth stealing things from because they have, as you'll see in a moment, Mega Elixirs, so that's not bad. I think eventually, if you leave them alone for long enough, they will totally start eating each other. Sort of like those snakes that ate the frogs back in the frog forest there, so they'll kind of creep in on you like this, but I'm just waiting so that I can... Let's see, I charmed that one already. Charm that one, and then where does... Hang on. How does Double Bomb work? Works well. Let's do it! I got 2 Mega Elixirs out of this. That's enough. Boom! But yeah, you don't want to leave them to their own devices because eventually one of them will be left, and while they don't have that much HP, I think they inflict a buttload of damage to you, so it's probably... You're probably better served just killing them as quickly as you can. You have a friend there, Mr. Fangbeast? Yes, you do. I figured. We don't need the noble armor he'll give us, so I'm just gonna hold off. And then, how's this? Doesn't quite make it. Okay, Inferno it is. Just in case they live, let me heal beam real quick. There's actually one enemy in the area that is weak to fire, but I don't think there's any enemies in the area that are resistant to fire, except for, I think there's one that's like resistant to everything. So that obviously won't work as well on them, but works well on everything else, so that's all that really matters. Hopefully we'll have a healing point here soon. Ah, more TP. Nice. I wish I could heal, but that's okay. Probably should have healed now that I think about it, but that's okay. I might actually want to kill the Watcher first, since he's a big pain in my butt here. And those guys aren't really doing anything to help me, so... I could just use like one of those Mega Elixirs I just got. No, I can't. I forgot. Alright, somebody else hit that one, and then we'll be good. Come on, Luca. Damn it. Where was that going? Oh, Robo's dead. That's no good. Damn it. Well, that's gonna get away. I should have healed before I went through the door. Oh well. I'm still locked out of my items, so I can't revive Robo for this, but thankfully he's not too far behind everybody else, so we should be okay. And I didn't get the TP out of it anyway, so it's okay. Yeah, that wasn't very smart on my part. Oh well. Mega Elixir Ho. That takes care of that. Now, what else is there? Any more panels for me to charm? And what is this over here? Oh, just decoration. Okay. Yeah, those guys are a little tough to kill if you don't have the Berserker's Ring to give yourself, you know, some extra speed and stuff, but that's okay. We should be fine. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to bring Chrono in here either, because then he could totally, like, mess them up with his high crit rate on the Rainbow Sword there. Big hit, Luca. Yeah, nice! And look at this, 200 TP for this fight. Very nice. But yeah, as you can see, even with the Moonbeam armor there, Robo still takes a lot of damage from magical attacks, because that's Fire Elemental there. It's why we have the Moonbeam armor for him, and eventually we'll be getting something else to increase his magic defense as well. Not quite yet, but soon. Because these fights are kicking his ass, so gotta be careful. Alright, Ayla learned Triple Kick. That's the last tech we needed in the game. And we also learned the Blaze Kick dual tech, which I think we'll be able to make good use of. Not quite yet, but soon. Very soon. Because right now Inferno is pretty much the name of the game along with Double Bomb in order to smash things to pieces very quickly. Yeah, I can show that to you right down here. There it is. Yeah, triple kick, kick an enemy 3 times. A little expensive on the TP, but Ayla has a lot of attack power off of it, and it's good for some of her dual techs as well, so it'll work out. Just trust me on that one. What's in here? Ah, Mega Elixir. Nice. Got the one back that I used. Not bad. And in here, some money. I'll take it, even though I'm not going to need it for anything, and not until the next cycle of new game, that is. Ah, these guys. Let's see if I can get another golden stud from the Flyclopses there. And after that, I'll demonstrate Robo's newest tech, Electrocute. I don't know if it'll kill these guys, because the Flyclopses have fairly high magic defense, but... Okay, well, I got one. Let me try the other one, and then I'll go from there. Back to your turn, Ayla. There we go. And then, you know, I think it's a really rare drop rate, and that's why it's kind of giving me a little bit more trouble, because even with the alluring top, steals are not guaranteed, so... it's okay. I don't need it that badly. I would, however, like to kill these guys before they steal all of my MP. But yeah, don't be afraid to use your items in here, because, well, this is the final area, so you're going to want to make use of all the items that you have anyway. I mean, they're not going to do you any good any other place. Unless you're doing New Game Plus, in which case you might want to have some, but you don't need them that badly. Because, I mean, think about it. The next time you'll need this stuff is the next time you get to the Black Omen, which you'll still be doing in the next New Game cycle. So, and there was Electrocute, by the way. I almost missed being able to show that. But yeah, we should be gaining plenty of levels out of all of this, and probably these 3 that are in my party will end up being the highest leveled out of anybody in the party by the time we're done, which is fine. No big deal. I wanted to keep people even earlier in the stream through, even on levels somewhat, but yeah, that sort of hasn't really been a thing for a while there, has it? It's alright, though. I don't mind. Ooh, gotta go this way. There we go. Any more panels for me to steal from? I hear something. Nope, that's not panels. That's something I can steal Mega Elixirs from. And they might actually kill each other before, well, one of them might kill the other one before I can get another one from them. But that's okay. Yep. And then we'll punch this one out before he gets his next turn, and then we'll be good to go. It's like they showed, though, they have about 1,500 HP, so... As a matter of fact, they have exactly 1,500 HP, so as long as you can do that before they get to their next turn, you'll be fine. Fly collapses. I'll just keep trying to steal from them to see if I can get another golden stud, but if I don't, yeah, so well. Oh well, no big deal. Hey, I got one. Nice. Okay, there we go. Double bomb doesn't work, so we'll wait for Inferno. Yeah, I'd like to have 3 there because, well, you can use 3 in the areas that you go through, so that you can basically do this without having to use too many items along the way. It helps out quite a bit. I forgot these guys are resistant to most magic. Let's use Electrocute, and then that should take care of things. Robo would be dealing a lot more damage with Electrocute, by the way, if I had given him basically, and that's along with him doing more healing with Heal Beam and Cure Beam and all that. If I had given him all of the magic capsules, but then I would have gimped Ayla's damage output with her and healing output with her and Frog's techs, and her and everyone else who has elemental magic, she would have been slightly gimped, basically is what I'm saying, and I'd rather she get what she needs than, you know, me be worried about it. Alright, well, I'm not even concerned with tech points anymore, so I'm just going to kill the Watcher. And then if we kill the nomads, so much the better, I guess. But they're not my prime concern anymore, because I don't need tech points ever again. But if you need the tech points at this point, then obviously go ahead. I think that one there, those guys were the... This is like one of the only areas where they're kind of mixed in with other enemies, so... but most rooms where you see them, they're like the only enemies you'll fight in there, so basically if you see one, bring mages into the party if you still need to get dark matter, or bring whoever you need to get their techs for into the party, and then just go to town, really. You should be okay. Steal from the one Martello there. And then we'll see if double bomb works. Probably not. I think they're a little too far away. But I suppose I could just use flare on them. I mean, that would probably work okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it can't work on them there. So let's just resort to the old-fashioned way. Quite a bit of damage that she'll be able to do there with the prism specs. That's why she doesn't have a golden stud right now, because we have enough stuff where, enough healing items that is, where I don't really need to worry too much about Luca and her damage output. So we should be fine. Yeah, we haven't gotten to the good stuff just yet. Well, actually we have gotten to some of the good stuff. Not all of the good stuff, but some of it. We'll be getting to more good stuff in not too long, but first we have to clear through these guys, and that means lots of flares being thrown around. What else can we get that's good here? Actually, we've gotten the vast majority of the good stuff. There's a couple of bosses that I'd like to steal some stuff from, and then there's just the strength and magic capsules after that. I mean, there's more speed capsules to be stolen, because we'll fight more panels, but not quite yet, obviously. Hopefully we get to a save point here soon, that'll help. Oh, by the way, since I neglected to mention it, there's a save point. Neglected to mention it on the last screen. I will talk about the magic crest we got in just a moment. Just need to grab these treasures first. There's another mega elixir. And there's a haste helm that's also an important item for us, but I will talk about that in a moment. What do you guys have to say? Okay, thanks, dude. No, we're good. We can stay here. And there's a shop here, too. Alright, cool. What do you got? Hey, you can buy high ethers here, and turbo ethers, although they're fairly, they're very expensive. Probably not a good idea to do that, but we can stock up and top ourselves off, so that seems like a good idea. I mean, what else am I going to do with the money, right? Alright, well, before I sell him the excess equipment, let me just equip everybody with what they need to have here. And I guess I should probably go down here and use this bad boy. Shelter. It's too bad he doesn't sell shelters, or that would have been really nice there. Probably would have made things a little easier. Especially for this room, which has a save point in it. You know, you'd think that they would, but they don't. Yeah, I can use 3 prism specs now if I really want to, but I don't need to. I can demonstrate it right here. So there's the magic ring there, but we got a magic crest. Excuse me, which if I look down here, where is it? There it is. Magic +5 and then magic defense +5. So it's slightly worse than the magic ring there, but it gives enough magic and magic defense that it will help out if you're going to be doing, say, a bunch of healing in a fight. Not necessarily damage dealing, because the thing about the prism specs and the sunglasses is that they can increase your damage all you like, but if you're in a case like Chrono and Marley where you don't have a solid healing, group healing hack, other than like Aura Whirl, and Aura Whirl doesn't restore that much HP overall, especially since I didn't give Chrono any magic capsules there, then you may want to use that, because then you get a little extra magic defense, so you survive for a little longer, and then you also can deal a little bit of extra damage. I'm probably going to give that right to Robo there, although I would like to do, let's see, Just looking at my items that I get there, and I think that's the last accessory that I'm going to get that I actually care about. So let me go do this. So I sorted the list there, now I just need to find the items that I actually care about in the list. Move it over here. There's a golden stud. The wrath band can go up there in a moment. Worksman's wallet can go up here. I'll probably use that at some point. Berserker ring can go up here because we'll use those. I don't think I'll use the gemstones, so I'll just hold off on those. Hero's badge can go up here as well. Then magic crest. Here we go. Hopefully it doesn't sort it all the way back down here again once I, you know, take it out and put it back in. Well, we'll see what it does eventually. Now, as long as I don't sort it, I should be able to equip and unequip them with a fair amount of impunity there. Yeah, even with all that magic defense you got off the Moonbeam armor there, Robo, you're still getting hit pretty good by some of those elemental attacks. Well, we'll fix that. But yeah, the magic crest would be nice there. What else did I get? Haste helm, that's what I got. Let's give that over to Chrono, and then he can have one of the sets of Nova armor there. Frog will get his own set of Nova armor, but again, we don't have the helmet that I want for him just yet. So I will wait on that, and then let's go sell stuff. Actually, oh, hang on. Well, yeah, you're in the middle of a place where there's no economy, so that's why it's hard to make a living. I'm going to save it first before I do this, just in case I F up and sell something important, which you never know, it's possible. So let's sell. I guess I could have done that all in the menu right here too, but that's okay. I don't think any of these things need to be sold, so let's just run from there. No, we'll keep those two, just in case. I don't need this extra vigilance hat. Or rather, either of these extra vigilance hats. It would give Chrono a little bit of extra defense, but he's got the Nova armor for the status protection, so he's fine on that. So I will get rid of these now. And then what else can we get rid of? Get rid of, let's see, I want one of these Nova armors for Frog. And I think that's it, right? I don't need the third one. Yeah, I don't need the third one, so let's get rid of exactly one of them. And go from there. The ruby armor, yeah, I'll probably keep the ruby armor just in case. It'll be useful, rather, over time. So, I'm trying to think if I am, when I'm going to be taking the one that I've got on Marley, when I'm going to be taking that off of her, but, yeah, that's not quite yet. It will be, but not quite yet. And since I've got the extra money, let's just buy, like... What happened, Dad? Oh, okay, thanks. Okay. Yeah, it was flying around in my face when I was driving, so I was like, I gotta do something about that. Okay. Anyway, so that takes care of that. Hopefully he's got enough money now to work with for a while. And then let's just, I think the room is fully filled out at this point. Maybe. Anyway, we'll save it again. And then we'll continue. So let's keep it going. I was gonna say, how do I get through? But yeah, got it. Got it now. Ooh, what's that? Fancy teleporter you got there, buddy. Anyway, this is a Blubber Hulk. He's the guy that you can get strength capsules from, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then once we're done getting that from him, we're gonna use, he is the guy in this area that is weak to, ow, Jesus, that hurt a lot. He's the guy in this area that's weak to fire, so let's use fire tackle on him and see if that finishes him off. I think it will. I'm pretty sure that will. Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of HP, but not enough. Obviously not enough. I don't know how you get over there. Yeah, you probably don't. Or maybe if you do, you just come in here from a different angle and then you'll be able to get through here. Maybe. Actually, your MP is useful for stealing, so we'll just have Robo heal you. Because he's got the golden stud, so he can afford the extra MP. No, not these guys. Ruh-roh. But yeah, another reason to have status protection, because they have a group confuse technique, which, if you didn't have status protection at this point, would be a very deliberate FU on the part of the developers to, well, everybody. But we've got status protection, so it doesn't really matter. Get out of here, fake Gato. You're not the real Gato. You don't give me silver points. Well, how about that? Okay, hopefully we'll get to my turn before that other guy loses his shield there. There we go. Or rather, puts his guard back up, I should say. But we got it. I think those guys only have like 100 HP, so it's not really a huge deal. I'll do a heal beam real quick. We don't need it, but I'll do it anyway, because I only need to use 1 MP to use it, so... Okay, there we go. I think they use their turn to take their shield off, too, or take their shield down. So it usually works out pretty well for you. Anything over here? Nope. Here, nope. Oh, great. It's a proceeding of Hydrocondas. I was gonna say I could probably get through, but no, not quite. Alright, let's charm a couple of them like last time, and then we'll just blow them all up. So we got one from that one. I'll get one from this one. How does double bomb do? Oh, it hits everybody. Good. Bye-bye. Sometimes it seems like double bomb hits further back than it would otherwise, so it's weird. And there's a second Zodiac cape. We're gonna give that right away to Marley, and then she will be in good shape in terms of her everything here. Let's see here, and then who else needs what else here? So Chrono's good for the rest of his. He'll eventually need the sunglasses that Frog has, but Frog's going to be in a boss fight before Chrono is, so that's why they have that there. You're going to need the magic crest, so should I put that on you now? No, I don't think so, because I think the next person who's going to need it is Magus, actually. But I'll hold off on equipping that for now. I might give it to Robo, actually, for in not too long. Are you guys gonna fight me, or... Hello? There we go. Alright, well, let's kill the Watcher, since, again, I don't really need the TP, so... Alright. Nice hit, Luca. Maybe we'll get this guy, but at this point it's just for sport, really. It's the most dangerous game. Hunting, that is. Nice, Ayla. I don't think you earn experience anymore now that we don't need the tech points. I think that's why I haven't seen any TP being earned in a while, because we're not in need of it anymore. Like, literally nobody needs it anymore, so that's a thing. Come to think of it, I probably should be using Hypno Wave a little bit more on a few of these guys, because they're probably susceptible to it. I literally need nothing from any of you now, so I'm just gonna wait for you to do your little thing and then just blow you all up with Inferno. Just so you know where my thought process is. Let's see how much Rapid Fire Fist does to this Flyclops here. I hear you're very resistant to magical attacks. Let's fix that. Yeah, much better. And we're getting plenty of elixirs out of this, so that helps too. You should have more than enough healing items by the time you're done here. If you don't, you may want to plug in a game that's not as difficult. The implication that Chrono Trigger is difficult is a little hard to fathom, but okay. Your friend already did that, dude. Watcher, Watcher, Watcher. And hopefully they just retarget to the other Watcher once they kill that Watcher. Nope, never mind. That doesn't keep happening. Yep. But we should be okay. Yep, we're good. And now we wait. Because I still can't use my texts or items, even though they're no longer part of the battle, the ones that could actually do something about that. Okay, and that's probably the battle in here that will earn you the most experience or tech points out of any of them. So that's one that I would try my absolute hardest to beat as many of those guys as you can there. You won't get all of them, but you should get a couple of them if you're really attempting there to do that. Probably better to bring in people that have ruby armors or something on, though, so that you can avoid the explosions a little bit more. Now where are we? Seems like this place keeps getting bigger and bigger, like it just... There's no end to it! There's a power crest, and it's a little different, I think, than the magic crest that you get there, where magic crest is +5 and +5. Oh, hey, it doesn't even let me have those things up here. That sucks. I'm gonna have to go restructure there. But yeah, the power crest gives you strength +10 and stamina +10, which can be nice, but the only problem is that in that case you probably should just use prism specs, because you usually don't need this extra stamina, and the strength, well, the prism specs will do that for you. So, I mean, unless it's like really early in the game, or you're doing like a low-level challenge or something where you won't have high strength from the prism specs, because it multiplies by a percentage rather than a fixed number, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And unfortunately, I can't get rid of old accessories, so if I could, I definitely would, because I'd be getting rid of a ton of them. But, yeah, that's not the case, so... Alright, let's get rid of the Blubber Hulk. Well, I'm going to charm him first, and then I'll get rid of him with Fire Tackle. And then we can just use physical attacks, because them using Osmos, not a big deal to me. More strength capsules, though. That's nice. Ow. Yep, get rid of him. And when we hit the next save point, I need to get up for about 10 seconds because my feet are freezing cold and my slippers are across the room. But I won't do that just yet because we're in the middle of a fight. So I don't think these guys can do anything other than steal your MP, so I'm just gonna wail on them. Alright, that takes care of that. Lots of elixirs, too. So that helps. I should probably heal Ayla. Just in case I run into more of those guys that Omni-lock you. You don't want to do that, because we know how that went last time. Uh-oh. So I can get another Turbo Ether from this Martello. Don't need it, again, because I have so many items at this point, it's ridiculous, but if I could get it, then I would. I can't, though, so... double bomb. Alright! Double bomb! Oh, no, that's a different game. Hopefully we'll get to a save point soon. I do like, though, how the Martellos, even though I'm not stealing the Turbo Ethers from them, they just give them to me at the end of battle anyway, so that's nice. There's another speed capsule. Alright, let's keep going. That doesn't look like a save point, but it does look like the other end of this room here. Eh, screw it, we got 10 mega elixirs. I can afford to use a couple of them. It's an on-the-go shelter. How do you like that? So this is where that other path would lead for this room. Now there's treasure chest, another speed capsule, not bad. That will help out a lot. In here... Ah, elevator. Okay, well, teleporter, but same difference. I should go back and fill out the map there, but it's okay. Well, I guess I am now. I didn't intend to go bottom left there, but I'm going bottom left anyway. There we go. Step off, then step back on. And I believe before long we should be getting to the boss, so... Not quite yet, though. Gotta get through this room first. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, those guys on the far left and far right there, Gages, they are the ones you can steal magic capsules from, so that is what I'm gonna do. I think sometimes you can also get shield spheres from them, I think. So sometimes you will get screwed out of a magic capsule or two just from that, but let's see, that'll hit both of you guys, so maybe just a flare will do here. And maybe follow it up with an electrocute just for safekeeping. I think Luca's got this though. Yeah, I'd say so. So yeah, a couple extra magic capsules for us, which is pretty nice. Those shield spheres there that I just got are the ones that you can get back if you, you can get those if you steal from them and you get the wrong item. Thankfully, I got the correct item, so that's pretty nice. I kind of want to go this way just to see what's over here before we do anything else. Okay, just a dead end. All right. Well, I could have probably figured that out since this way over here is the way that you're supposed to go, but that's fine. Or I could be complaining about it because, you know, I could be that guy. What a pain in my ass, you know, that guy. But, are you guys gonna wake up or what? Yeah, I had to attack them for them to wake up. Oh, hey, you guys finally got battle music. Nice. Before, it was just the music that was in here. Yeah, take out the Watcher. Because I don't need to take out the Nomads anymore. Bat. And now we wait. So take a drink of water while we wait. These guys, you can't steal anything from them anyway because, well, you can't steal from them, so just don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Can't steal from them because, of course, they omni-lock you. So that just isn't a possibility. Oops, excuse me. There we go. Hey, another speed capsule. Getting a lot of those in here. That's pretty nice. It'll mean things should go relatively smoothly after this. Steal a few more capsules from these guys. Of course she did. She's quick, Dad. Alright, 2 more magic capsules. Nice. And then a flare bomb. Well, not quite. Flare bomb is a little less powerful than Luca's flare there. Now, if she had Flare Star, on the other hand, well, things would just die. But, yeah, don't have that either. Unfortunately. Another Mega Elixir, nice. Lots of good items to be had in here, and like I said, that's why we're stealing so many, because there's just a ton of good stuff that you can get in here. Okay, so this is the save point that I was talking about, so let's use a shelter here. There we go. And now, I will save it. I think, if I remember right, Double Bomb doesn't work in this next fight, but we do have Inferno, so that should be fine. And I could use like Inferno Electrocute or something like that. Maybe I should bring Magus into the party. Nah, it's fine. Oops. Alright, let me go grab my slippers real quick, and then I'll be back, and we'll go into the next room. Oops, I just clicked fast forward again. Sorry. Hold on one second. Okay. Feet are more well insulated than they were before. So let me just put my headphones back in. There we go. All right, forward. Oh God, now what? Another one of these guys? Okay, fine. Fine, have it your way. Okay, so you could steal some stuff from these guys, but we don't really need to bother with that. I think they just give you a bunch of like the +6 rings, if I remember right. So it could be worthwhile, but not that worthwhile. So let's just use Inferno and then Electrocute. And in a couple rounds, it should be dead. I think it has like 5,000 HP or something like that. So. Not too much, but enough. We'll steal your MP, though, so that's kind of obnoxious. It's okay, though, because we have enough MP to not worry about that too much. And we have a save point directly below us, so it's like, go ahead, man, steal my MP if you want. I'm okay. Oops, let's wait for Luca's turn. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Well, that's not very nice. How about we use a Cure Beam there? After we use Inferno! I probably could have killed him with Electrocute, but just in case he has 6,000 HP instead of 5, let me just be a little careful. Now the top probably has a little more HP then. And I think we can probably go all out now. Smack him up. Okay, that didn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping for. So, with that being the case, let's go like, I guess a Megaton Bomb would probably do the trick too, but might as well no kill like overkill, right? Boom! Did somebody say explosions? Ah. Well, that takes care of that. I'm gonna go back and heal though, because that kind of kicked my ass there a little bit. More shelters. Too many shelters. Enough shelters. Alright. And back up we go. Just fill out the map there a little bit. There we go. And can I fill it out anymore? No, probably not. And another teleporter to get through here. Alright, that means we're coming up on another elevator, probably. And that means we're getting fairly close here to getting out of here. Well, not out of here, but fairly close to the end here, I think. But first, well, gotta do this again. Items, so let's see, how's Double Bomb do here? Not quite as good as Inferno! Gotta remember to heal though, like next battle, before I do anything to the enemies, because just in case we run into another issue with the Watchers and stuff, I don't feel like somebody dying to that stuff, so... Okay, well, I can probably do it this battle then. Oh! Oh! Okay, Robo, Heal Beam, Ayla, and Luca, Inferno. Could have killed him with Double Bomb, but figured, yeah, might as well heal. Get myself up a little bit on my HP there. Plus, these guys die pretty easily to an Inferno, so it's like, you know, might as well. We should be about level 50 by the time we're done here, just at the rate that we're going, I think. So, we'll see. That was weird. Didn't even feel that cough coming on, it just sort of happened. Oh, that's not gonna help you, buddy. Nope. That might, though. How about we do another heal beam and then Inferno? Check something real quick. Let's see here. Still don't know if my chat's actually working. Well, it was working the last I looked at it. Oh, yeah, I kind of need to be on the right window there, don't I? There we go. Yeah, I still don't know if it's working or not. Oh well. When somebody else shows up, I'm sure I'll be able to tell then. Oh, you guys are in a bad position. That's not very nice. Why don't you give Luca a little kiss there, Ayla? Not bad. You and Robo practically got the same on your beams there on your healing. And now we'll double bomb them! Alright. Takes care of that now. Yeah, nothing down there. How are we doing on HP? I could probably give Luke another Keith. There we go. Gimme Keith. There we go. And then, oh boy. Hello? Uh-oh. Two of these guys. That's not good. They can inflict a lot of damage. So hopefully they don't inflict a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage! I can't even get my voice to that point that I'm talking about there without, like, ruining my voice box and deafening everyone in the audience, so I'm not even gonna try. But we can get a couple more strength capsules out of these guys, and then... BAM! Watch me fly. Watch your HP fly out the window. I could have used fire tackle, but, you know, it's like I said, no kill like overkill, so may as well. Surprised we haven't met up with more panels on the way through here, but I think we're going to meet up with some fairly shortly here. First thing I'm going to do, though, is heal just a smidge, because we could probably use it. Uh-oh. More panels! Lots of panels to charm here, so let's just, yeah, we'll just go from the top down. Once I charm them, I'll just smack them with Luca and Robo, I guess. Just to reduce the amount of damage that we have to take every time we charm them. I don't think they have that much HP. No, they don't have that much HP, that's for sure. And I mean, to be fair, it's not like we're Omni-locked or something, so if I need to, I can always heal. More speed capsules. Oops. Let's just wait a second, do a fire tackle just to ensure it dies. And then we'll go from there. There we go. Fire tackle. Now. We'll grab whatever's in that chest after that. Sound like a plan? Good, because that's what we're doing. Alright, that's a little better. Next panel. Next tackle. And then one more after this. And then we're good. Four more speed capsules to throw around. Ow. We'll be good. I could probably use a shelter right about now, though. Or a Mega Elixir. If the case comes to that. Oh, hey, how convenient. Very nice. I'm not going to go up there just yet. Let's get another speed capsule, alright. And yeah, let's use a shelter while we're sitting here. Everybody's just about level 50 now, so that's pretty good. We should all hit 50 by the time we're done here. You do get a ton of experience in here, so that really helps out. Grab, oh, I guess not. Another Blubber Hulk. Maybe. Oh no, it's another mutant. How did you get that summoning animation? I thought that was something the Blubber Hulks did. Alright, well, let's try out after he's done erupting all over my ass. So, I believe the bottom absorbs most things, so we don't really want to do anything with that. But the top is vulnerable to magical attacks, I believe. Let's see here. Do they have anything I want? No, they do not. The only thing that I want out of them is for them to die. But obviously, again, it's going to be more based on magical damage. So hopefully Tailspin should do. Oh no, that's Dino Tail. Never mind. I think Dino Tail does magical damage, but probably won't do much. Yeah. Whoops. And that's why you don't just randomly attack them, because then, well, that happens. So, alright, double bomb. I don't know if this is going to kill them, but it should do pretty good damage. It won't kill the top, anyway. Ah, you're drinking yourself. It's disgusting. Just heal yourself real quick there, Ayla. That should keep you alive so that we can use one more double bomb. Yep. Yeah, that's not going to help you. Actually, since you both got your turn already, use Inferno. Then I'll use Electrocute if I have to. No big deal. I thought I was on Tailspin there. My bad. From, the last turn, but yeah, I was not quite on that. Proximity Bomb hits both of you, so let me actually use that. Should still do pretty good damage. Yeah, not bad. And then, the bottom dies with it. Nice. So yeah, that's why you don't got to worry about the bottom there, because it'll die anyway, so no big deal. And there's the white gemstone. I don't remember what triple tech that gets you. By the way, I'm not too concerned about getting the gemstones. We will eventually get all of them. I'll make sure that I grab the other ones on New Game Plus, but they're not that necessary, so since they're not, I'm just gonna not worry about it that much. We could look at it, though. Where is it? Down here somewhere. Oh, right, probably you can't use it there, Robo. So who can use it? There it is. Boyozo Dance, huh? So the three ladies can use Boyozo Dance. It has must be Luca, Robo, or Magus to use Omega Flare, but yeah, we don't have any of the other ones. I think I know where one of the other ones is, but I don't know where the other... There's like 5 of them, I think, if I remember right. And I know where one out of the other 3 is, but I don't think I know where the other one is. How very unfortunate, but that's okay, because we are in the final dungeon here anyway, so it's not like we're going to be going and grabbing any of the other ones there. And I believe this is the final hallway, if I remember right. In here, I think there's more panels to charm for speed capsules, yeah. But first, we've got another friend to deal with. Hey, you're not a mutant. Well, you are, but not the one that I was fighting before. Alright, I'll kick your ass too! So, this is another one of the Lavos spawns. It's the Elder Lavos spawn, though, so it's a little bit different. I actually want to charm the shell of him. If you charm either of these, you'll get a good helmet there. The mouth there will get you the haste helm, and the shell, well, let's see if I can grab it the first time here. We'll get you the helmet that I want for Frog there, if he'll give it to me. You gotta be careful though, because he will counter you with the shell counter where he spawns needles, and that hurts! So, yeah, I gotta be careful with that. We could use Fire Tackle, but I think at this point I'm just better off doing this and then maybe using a Lapis. Yeah, that should get us pretty close to the max. And eventually we'll get what I want out of the shell there. But I definitely don't want to leave this part without grabbing what I need from the shell, because it's important. There we go, Guardian Helm. It's the counterpart, basically, to... Actually, I think Ayla's dead now. Whoops. Yeah, a little bit dead there. Okay, that's fine. Let's see here, I need to use an Athenian water, and then probably I'll toss an elixir at her. There we go. And now we just need to focus on the head there. And that can be done in a number of ways, but I think probably our best bet would be to wait for Luca's turn. And then I think we can use our new Blaze Kick tech. Yeah, it's single target, so we'll use Blaze Kick, and then we'll also use Rapid Fire Fist! And it shouldn't be too long before he dies. Just keep yourself up with Heal Beam, and as long as you don't hit the shell, well, we should be okay. Because, yeah, I mean, that's not enough for him to be able to deal a huge amount of damage to us. That is a little damage, but that's okay. Heal Beam is in order here. There we go. That should get Robo up a little bit further. A little more comfortable level, anyway. Probably have him use a Cure Beam next turn, too, because I think we should have this thing in one more round. Just gotta get there first. Needle Barrage, well that sounds terrible. And everybody, isn't it? Yep. Nah, that's not too bad. Okay, and then one last Blaze Kick should do the trick. Yeah! Nice job, guys. Okay, and that takes care of that. I believe that's all of the bosses that you can fight between now and the end of the dungeon, so that's pretty nice. The Guardian Helm that we just got, I'm going to give to Frog there, and we'll finally have everybody, I think, on the correct armor that they will be having at the very end of the game here. Let's look. You're good. You're good. The Guardian Helm, by the way, gives Auto Protect and a little bit more defense than the Haste Helm does there, so that's why I gave that to him. You're good. You're good. Although I'm going to need to give you something other than the magic ring eventually there. You're good. You're good. And you, I don't get a thing for a little bit yet, but we get another helmet for Robo in not too long. So once we grab that, we'll be in good shape. Before I go heal, though, I think I'm going to try to... Can I go through this door? I thought I could... Oh, I know why. because you go up here. And there's where they are. Okay, I thought I was going to have to fight the panels in the last room, but it turns out the panels are in this room instead. So let's charm from them one at a time. And then we'll just kill them like we did before with Fire Tackle, and that should make things go fairly smoothly for us. As long as they don't kill me first. That would be nice. That should give us 5 more speed capsules to work with, and then we'll be good. I probably should have waited, though, to see that I got the speed capsule before I clicked Fire Tackle, though, just to be safe. But it's okay. We got what we needed, so we're good. And I'm fairly certain these guys can't kill me before I get all 5 of them. And I mean, even if they get close, I could just use a Mega Elixir or something. No big deal. We've got enough of them now, where I'm not too concerned. Speaking of Mega Elixirs, though, those Hydrocondas that were like spawning in a big line about 10 screens back there, you can actually find them infinitely there. If you leave the screen and come back, they will have respawned, and then you can just keep stealing Mega Elixirs as much as you want there, but yeah, I think that's a little cheap, so I'm not going to do that. Plus, we don't need that many. I mean, the amount that I have now is more than enough for the remainder of the game there, so. So we'll just go left to right, one at a time. I think the door is also a panel there, so I might kill him last, just in case that like somehow manages to kill all of the other ones. Okay, he's the last one on the list anyway, so that's fine. And with any luck, we should get this done before anybody runs out of MP too, so that'll be good. And I think in the next room, uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Come on, Ayla, you're better than that. Not that I need this many speed capsules, but, you know, it's good to have them. And once we get to the final save point, before we fight the final boss gauntlet, we'll make sure that we use all of these on people that need them. And I'll be able to tell you exactly how many I can use on whom, and then we can go from there. So I'll say probably not smart for me to do that, but I managed to get it off just before Ayla's turn came up. Now we're taking a little bit of a beating here, but we should be okay. Okay, after this one more charm and one more Fire Tackle, we'll do the job. Yeah, you can get a lot of speed capsules out of here, so if you didn't get a whole ton of them in the main game, don't worry about it too much because you'll get a bunch here, so no big deal. Alright, last one. And now, you die! Bye-bye. Be fucked if this one had, like, more HP than the other ones and it was like a boss or something, but yeah, we took care of it. Nice job. And that takes care of them, and here's the final, I think, save point in the game. So, I'm going to use another shelter, since we got our asses beat back in that one, and we used a whole ton of MP. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, how many speed capsules do I have? I know I have 4 strength and 4 magic capsules. Actually, let's do these first, since I've got the 2 people I'm going to give them to in my party already, so... who's going to be using what in this next battle? I'll just give them to him evenly. There we go. And then magic capsules. Yep, do that, and that. Alright. Ayla couldn't quite get up to 30 magic there, but she got enough. 17 speed capsules, so I have 15 to distribute evenly amongst the rest of my party. Great. How many people do I have total? Let's look here. We've got 7 people. Frog needs 2 of them, so that gives me 15. I could give Chrono 3 to make it 12, to make it a little more even for the rest of the 6 party members there. And then Chrono will be at max speed without any trouble. Yeah, we'll do that. So let's bring Chrono into the... Well, actually, okay, so I'm going to use 2, 2, and 2. So let's do that first. since I might as well do it while they're in the party anyway. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, then switch. Then let's go back up here. Give Frog the 2 that he needs to get him up to 13 speed. Oh, I need to unequip the Swallow from Chrono there. Hold on. Because we won't need it anymore now that he's going to have max speed from those speed capsules anyway. That was basically why I had the Swallow there, was just so that I could max his speed without having to worry about it. But now that we have the capsules, don't need to worry about it at all. So let's see, that'll give him 3, so that'll be 6, 4, 2, and then 2 for Magus will make 0. Okay, that's fine. So do that, 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 then this, 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 and bring Magus into the party. I might as well put my final party setup in over here, so there we go. Since Magus is going to be at the head of the party for the next part anyway. And then give him 2. There we go. Nice and even. Not bad. By the way, the reason why I gave the Guardian Helm to Frog there instead of, say, another Haste Helm, and the reason why I didn't steal a second Haste Helm, is because of the fact that, well, to be honest with you, I don't really need the other Haste Helm. I would rather have Frog moving in tandem with Ayla there because they're really good together in these fights. So as long as I have them moving in tandem with each other, then this will go a lot smoother. So that's why I'm doing that. So now let's see. I got the Guardian Helm. There's one more thing I'd like to steal, and I actually get it from one of the final bosses. But thankfully, in between a few of them, you can actually switch your equipment around. So that should work out okay. I want the Magic Crest on Magus, I think. Well, actually, no, because I want the Alluring Top on Ayla, so I'm going to get the Prism Specs off of Luca. Just do that for now. Actually, well, I could give her a Golden Stud, but that's okay. I'd like the Alluring Top on Ayla so that we can steal from this next boss, because this next boss that we're going to be fighting is part of the final boss gauntlet, and is the one that I need to grab stuff from. And then we'll give you the Prism Specs so that you get a huge damage boost as we go here, and then Frog can have the sunglasses for his damage boost as well. And I think that's pretty much all we need to do for right now. I use another shelter, though, of course, because, you know, not everybody that's in the party is actually fully healed, so I should probably do that. And we've got enough shelters, like I said, to not have to worry about that ever again, so. Alright, and I think that's it. So now we can head into the next room, and we can fight the final bosses of the game. Is anybody else at not max? Well, Marley's not at max health, and neither is Chrono there, but that's okay. We'll get them to max health later, when they're actually going to be in the party. Until then, we don't need to worry about it. Oh, this is freaky. They got, like, clones of us or something here. What the hell, Zeal? This ain't funny. Got Luca and Robo as well. They got Ayla and Frog. I wonder if they have one of Magus anywhere. I don't think that's it, so probably not. Queen Zeal, we meet again for the last time. Maybe their futures, but not Magus's. And how did you manage to get your hands on that, anyway? Ah, that's right, because the Black Omen, like I said, is omnichronological, so it can just sort of see everything all at once. And incidentally, so can Queen Zeal, because she's, you know, at the helm. Well, then I guess that's just what we'll have to do, won't we? Well, that sounds kind of nice, actually. Oh, well then never mind. Well, anyway. So I brought in this party particularly because of this first attack that she does, Halation. It reduces your HP to 1, and incidentally, I have 2 people in my party right now who can use an attack that does more damage when their HP is low. So let's just do that, and then have Magus toss out a Mega Elixir, and then we'll be good. So there's what those attacks look like, in case you were wondering. Nice job, Frog. Wow, lots of damage off of that. It's probably from the sunglasses. Alright, and then you two have a couple of attacks together, but mostly it's just Bubble Burst there. I guess we could use Bubble Burst. Well, yeah, we'll use Bubble Burst, because then we can test out Magus' new... Oh, God. I was going to say test out Magus' new thing, but we probably should have used Slurp Kiss. Oh, well, Dark Matter. We'll test it out. I'll be a little bit on the live on the edge a little bit here. That's fine. Nice. And here's Dark Matter. Boom! You may recognize it as something vaguely similar to Grand Delta from Final Fantasy VI, but yeah, we'll get to that. All right, Slurp Kiss a Go-Go, and then another Dark Matter. And I specifically want to have Ayla and Frog in the party together for this part. You'll see why in a few minutes here. Once we finish her off, that is. Alright, there we go. So we got the Mega Elixir, and that's why I wanted them in the same party, because they learned the drop-down dual tech. Very, very powerful tech. And I will show you it working in just a moment. Well, how are you going to do that? It's all busted up. That's not good. That's not good at all. She revived it somehow. Alright, well, anyway. So the Mammon Machine, what it means when it says it alters all energy is that it will sacrifice certain powers in order to increase certain other powers. So if you attack it with a physical attack, it will decrease its defense, I believe, to increase attack, or decrease its magic. It basically decreases one of its stats to increase something else. Hitting it with magical attacks will increase its attack power. I know that much, but I'd like to take advantage of having low HP here to try to do some crazy damage to it. And then we'll throw another Mega Elixir. Since we got one out of that fight anyway, might as well use it. Yeah, so that's a physical attack, so it'll sacrifice its attack to increase defense. So basically after this, I'm going to want to use magical attacks. And thankfully for me, Bubble Burst is considered a magical attack, so... And Dark Matter, of course, is Dark Matter, so that'll do crazy damage anyway. We will use Drop Down, don't worry. Just not using it yet, that's all. Oops. And then next time Frog gets a turn, I'm also going to want to try, because you can use the Mass Immune here, I believe, to reset its stat changes, if I remember right. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we can find out. Let's give it a shot. And then Dark Matter again. So yeah, the Mass Immune will absorb the energy, and we'll see if it decreased its defense at all. We don't have low, what's it called, HP, so just triple kick. But yeah, that's why I brought Frog along, so that I could have him use the Mass Immune to alter the energy that it's got in there and absorb it, so... We'll see if it makes a difference or not. Probably not, since that just did that. But that's okay. Just keep Dark Mattering. Then you're not doing a whole lot there, so maybe you can't use Tailspin. Alright. And that's fine. We'll wait up till Magus' next turn. Uh-oh. Ouch. Yeah, that's not too bad. We can wait till Frog's next turn to use Slurp Kiss there. And then Dark Matter again. And once it releases the stored energy, by the way, that resets the stat gains that it has there. So Mass Immune does not reset its stats. Only thing that resets its stats is if it releases the stored energy. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. I think that means it's dead, right? Maybe not. What else can I use there? Black Hole? Actually, I don't think Black Hole is good, because I think it's just used to instant-death people. So I don't think it's going to deal damage, but, well, we can test that theory. Yeah. It's not quite what it was good for. But, yeah, we can restore Magus' lost MP there in just a moment. Let's see. these... Well, we've got turbo ethers, so I might as well use those. There we go. And then keep going with dark matter. Okay, hey, we got it. Nice. Fairly high on our MP still, so that's pretty good. Because there's another boss coming up after this one, and well, it's gonna get heavy. Uh-oh. Lavos, is that you? No, not quite. Looks like the machinery instead. Yeah. Some kind of capsule or something. Did you store Porky in it or something? What the hell? Uh-oh. Something's coming! Oh, it's just you again. Great. What do you want now? You won't be ruling anything, because Lavos is going to blow the planet up. Hey, hey, alright. Magus' theme is back. This is why I brought him along, because he causes his battle theme to happen, because he has a little bit of dialogue there with the Queen. I'll pay it back with your life instead! Oh, Jesus Christ. She fused with some of the machinery! Okay, so first things first, I actually want Ayla to charm a couple of things from here. I think the hands have some special gear. I think the head just has a couple mega elixirs, but the hands, on the other hand, have a couple of nice things for us. So that's what I'm gonna grab, if I can do so. There we go, that's the one I really needed, was the prismatic helm there. Unfortunately, it counters with MP Buster, which is not very nice. By the way, any counter, any attack that you use on the hands there will cause them to counter with either MP Buster or Life Shaver, which reduces your HP to 1. So you want to basically just attack the head. So that's what I'm going to do. And thankfully, Dark Bomb does just that. So you could also use Double Bomb if you have Robo and Luca in here, but I didn't bring them because I wanted Magus' theme, so... And thankfully the rest, it's not really that big of a deal. I think this one has a prismatic dress, if I remember right, but I'm going to want to use this on Ayla in just a moment. Okay, that doesn't have hardly anything, because, yeah, it counters with Life Shaver, so... Eventually we will start attacking the head a little more, but first I need to grab all the items from her. And then once we're done with that, we'll start attacking the head. We'll finally get to use that new drop-down tech that Ayla and Frog learned. But not yet. In a moment, but not yet. Oh, and don't worry about Ayla, like, dying or something like that from Life Shaver, because it can never actually kill you. It will reduce your HP to 1, so you gotta be careful with that, but it will never outright kill you, so... But if we leave her on her HP being at 1, well, that could be a problem. And, again, you don't want to use something like Dark Matter here. That's why I'm using Dark Bomb, because if you hit any of her other parts besides the head, they will all counter with both of their counters. And that's bad because, well, things won't work out for you, basically. Well, that's fancy. How much damage is that going to do? Ow. Okay, Slurp Kiss is in order first, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, like I said, the head just has Mega Elixirs, so I'm not really all that worried about getting those. We've got enough of those for now. But we do need to heal up a little bit, so let's use Slurp Kiss for that. And then next turn, hopefully, we'll be able to use, what's it called? Drop down on the head there. I think the head has like 15,000 HP or something like that, so it's not too bad. It's just a little annoying, that's all. Close. Come on, Ayla, get your turn. There you go. And drop down a go-go. Nice! Look at the damage. It's beautiful! Yeah, they get really powerful multipliers. Lots and lots of them off of their drop-down tech there, so it's really nice. I would use Frog Squash or Dino Tail here, but unfortunately for me, oh, come on, Ayla, get your turn. Ow. Help heal yourself there, Frog. And then, we'll get Ayla back up in a minute. I'm gonna use a Mega Elixir just to be safe. Just in case she uses, like, Starburst or something. Well, that's not very nice. Alright, you don't have Raise, so that's a little unfortunate. But that's okay, because we can just do one of these, and then immediately do another one of these. I hope that hits Ayla, too. Alright, it did. Good. But yeah, I love the fact that they brought back Magus' theme for this fight. It's so nice. It's nice to hear it again, basically. It's too bad Magus can't really be as effective as he could be if he could use Dark Matter here, but, well... it's okay. I mean, he's still dealing, like, half the damage that Ayla and Frog can deal on their own with Drop Down, and that's ridiculous as it is, so, like... He's doing good, basically. He's doing good enough. And before long, this should be over. Plus, we got a Prismatic Helm and a Prismatic Dress out of it, so that should help us a little bit. Alright, and there goes Queen Zeal. Sort of. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been so outright evil and one-dimensional, and we wouldn't have to hound you. How are you gonna do that? He can't come out of the planet just yet. He's still sleeping. He is still sleeping, right? Game? Hello? Oh, no. What have you done, Queen Zeal? But he's like 14,000 years too early. What the hell? Well, yeah, he will stir no matter what era you end up in the Black Omen in. As long as you defeat Queen Zeal, you're gonna have to fight Lavos. So, yeah, that's the thing. Oh, God. Here we go again. Well, at least the Ocean Palace is gone for good this time. But, of course, that doesn't really help because, well, now this is happening. I don't know how he managed to get that crater all the way out of the ocean there. That's some crazy volcanic activity you got going there, Lavos. Are we gonna fight or what? Okay, so he'll enter attack mode here. Now what Lavos does at first is he's actually going to test you. He's going to attack you using the data that he has from the bosses of previous bosses, basically. So you have to fight all of the bosses that you fought before again. But thankfully you can change your party here before you do that, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Let's use a few of these elixirs since I've got them. Might as well, rather than using all of the Mega Elixirs I've got there. But yeah, I specifically wanted to have Ayla and Frog in the party so that they could learn Drop Down, because Drop Down is so nice and very powerful, so it'll be very useful in the coming fights here. But I am going to switch out my party here, and I'm going to use the OG team, because they could use a little bit of revenge there on Lavos, so that's what we're going to do. I do need to re-equip them with other stuff, though. Who needs what here? Let's see. You need the Magic Crest, so let's get that. Actually, you don't have it, do you? Well, let's give Frog something else, doesn't matter what for right now, so that Chrono can have the sunglasses, because he's going to be pretty powerful here, and he needs the extra attack power. Oh, I do have the Magic Crest there. Marley's going to have the Magic Crest because she's really not going to be doing all that much attacking, to be honest with you. She's mostly there for the Ice 2s and the other stuff there. Well, she has the high enough magic defense. Maybe I'll just give her the magic ring then, because the magic ring still gives magic +6, which is a little higher. So that extra magic will help, though, when she's fighting off... actually, not even when she's fighting off, when she's... what's it called? Helping Chrono use... what's it called? What am I trying to say? When she's helping Chrono use Aura Whirl, it'll help, so... Let's just do do that for now. You've got a golden stud, and I need your prism specs. So I guess you could put in the silver stud for now. We'll give Luca the prism specs, because she's going to be my main... Basically, she's there primarily to attack in this one, so... And then you have the magic ring, you have the sunglasses, and then, let's see. Yeah, that's fine, I think. What else could we put on you? I don't think we have anything that would be worthwhile. Well, we do have the magic crest, but yeah, you're not in my party again after this, so that's fine. Everybody's gonna get a turn, basically, but not just yet. We gotta fight and defeat Lavos first. So let me just use a few potions, because I think you guys could use a little bit of help there. Luca's all good, because she was in the party last time I used a shelter. And that's it. I think we're all ready to go there. Anybody else need healing? No, we're all at full. All right. Well, I'll take your test then, Lavos. Let's do this. So the thing about the Dragon Tank, now this is the thing, is that it has the same stats as it had previously. So every time you hit, basically, it will, it has the same stats basically as the Dragon Tank had. So at first, this fight's gonna go like cake because, well, we can kill it really easily now that we have all these crazy good items in our hands. But eventually that will not be the case anymore, and I'll have to resort to something other than physical attacks to just get through this. Thankfully, though, Chrono has max speed and the haste helm, so he's just going to be absolutely ridiculous all the way through this, so no big deal. Probably should have killed the sides first, but that's okay. They can't do hardly any damage to us anymore, so no big deal. Bye-bye! But yeah, I believe Lavos has 9 boss modes. And then eventually you'll get to the 10th one, and that's actually him, so... We'll get there, just not yet. Now, as you may remember, Hecaran cannot be damaged unless you use elemental attacks, so let's just use Flare on him. I suppose I could use Luminaire as well, but I'll demonstrate Luminaire in a few moments. When it's a little bit more pertinent for me to use it. Oh, I don't even remember how to fight this guy. Damn it. I guess I could try using Luminaire here. Might as well give it a shot, right? I mean, why not? Eat this! So yeah, Luminaire is like the Ultima of this game, but unfortunately the top seems to be a little bit more immune to it. That still did 19 damage. That's impressive at this point. Well, we got it, and then unfortunately took all of Marley's MP, but thankfully she's the one whose MP I care the least about, so that's no big deal. When we get around to her turn again, we'll just use, I don't know, we'll use something. Actually, we don't even need to, because we can use it right between battles here as well. You can heal yourself in between the fights if you need to, so, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a good little feature to have, although I think it's a little bit too easy, but, you know, no big deal. So we'll just top ourselves off since I'm demonstrating it anyway, that you could just do this in between every fight if you really wanted to, but yeah, that's okay. You don't really need to do that. And with the max speed that Chrono's got there, the Rainbow Sword is just going to be insane for him, because he gets crits all the time, and he is fast as a bolt of lightning, so... Like, look he got his turn as quickly as Marley and Luca got theirs, and they were already charging up their turns. It's nuts. It's nuts how fast a max speed hasted Chrono is. It's crazy. We unfortunately don't have an item that we can get in the DS content that... there's an item that you can get in the DS content that actually increases his critical hit ratio even more than the Rainbow Sword does. So he ends up having like an 100% crit ratio or something retardedly crazy like that. And it's nuts. As you may recall, though, Nizbel needs to be shocked in order to be damaged properly, so we're going to do that. And then let me demonstrate Antipode Bomb 3! Since we didn't get to use this just yet. Yeah, very nice. Killed him in one hit. Game is too easy. Uh-oh, now he's Magus. That's not good. Well, if we had the Mass Immune here, I could actually bother and, you know, do this legitimately, but we're going to do this whole thing with Chrono, Luca, and Marley, so no big deal. Let's see what he's weak to now. Barrier change, so that's going to be Ice. So let's wait for Chrono's next turn, and then we'll use Ice Sword. We could use Ice Sword too, but we'll use Ice Sword 1. No big deal. We should get plenty of multipliers off of it too, because that's the thing though, is that it's still useful even to this point in the game. You know what I mean? These earlier attacks are still useful even into the late point of the game because you're always gaining strength and, you know, magic and all that other stuff. You're always gaining power between the beginning and the end of the game. So these early attacks still useful. All the way to here, excuse me. Of course, then we just gotta wait it out. Lavos begins casting a spell, so that means that he is out of his phase where he takes specific damage. So, that means that he's vulnerable to everything, and we should use Frenzy and Antipode Bomb 3. Although I think Frenzy... Well, actually, no, Frenzy does a little more damage than his regular attack with a crit would have done. Because his regular attack with a crit would have done about 1,000, so still good to have Frenzy there. And now he's the Rust Tyranno. If you have Ayla here, I wonder, because Azala, I believe you can steal a capsule from. I'm not sure if it's a magic capsule or what, but you might be able to steal a capsule from Azala in this fight too, since, I mean, he's mimicking them in every other way. So that might be worth a shot, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to go like this. No big deal. I'm going to keep Chrono on standby because this should kill Azala there, and then, well, the Lavos Tyranno should be just fine. Luca is running a little low on MP there, so I may want to do something about that. Okay, so now he lowered his defense, so now let's just smack him one, and then we'll go from there. Wow, 500 damage there per shot, Chrono. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I think this is just about as powerful, Antipode Bomb 3 that is, as the Delta Force tech that you could use here. Otherwise, it's nuts. It's crazy how strong it is. So, and he'll keep counting down, but he'll be dead before we get to the next one. So no big deal. If he lives this one, I might want to just toss out a Mega Elixir. I don't think he's gonna live this one though. Oh, he did. Not bad there, Tyranno. And, well, I could, but I'll wait. I'll wait until we can do Antipode Bomb 3 again. Chrono might get his turn before then. No, not yet. Marley's close enough to a turn, but Chrono's nuts, man. How fast he is. It's the power of the Haste Helm. Uh-oh. Giga Guy is back. That's no good. Well, we can take him this time without too much trouble. We've got Antipode Bomb 3 after all. So yeah, as you might recall, the hands, quote-unquote, will attack, and you have to kill them so that they stop attacking you so often. I mean, they don't do that much damage anymore, but yeah, I mean, it's worth still killing them so that you could do this sort of stuff on them. And then, let's see, you do 2,000 with Frenzy and probably the same with Luminaire, I think. So let's just double-check our damage output there with Luminaire. See how much it does. And then we'll compare with Frenzy next turn, which Chrono will get in about 3 seconds from now. Okay, 1,800 versus... yeah, 2,000 on Frenzy. Okay, so Luminaire's more there for AoE, even though it does almost the same amount of damage, but, you know, still gotta do that. I would cast Haste on somebody, but, yeah, Chrono's got this, so no big deal. Oh, he's not too happy with us now. Are you ready to actually fight now, Lavos, or what? Okay, well, he's actually ready to fight us now, so I'm just going to heal up real quick and restore my MP. And then once I've done that, I will be ready to continue here. I don't know why I'm picking and choosing between the stuff that I'm using here. not like it's that big of a deal, but, you know, it's there. I'm still surprised, though, that Chrono ended up being a lower level than Luca and Marley. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it makes sense because Luca, Ayla, and Robo went through the entirety of the Black Omen themselves, but, yeah, usually Chrono's my highest level dude. It's okay, though. No big deal. Alright, I'm ready for your attack this time. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, let me do this before I forget. The Prismatic Helm that we got back in the fights there with, what's it called? Queen Zeal there. I want to give it to Robo, so he has even more magic defense and still status immunity. So, yeah, that'll come in handy momentarily. But first, we need to fight Lavos in his true form. And in order to do that, let's just smack him up. I'm sure we'll be okay this time. See how much this does. Yeah, that's not enough to kill us anymore, Lavos. Although, to be fair, I'll probably want to use haste with Marley so she can get her turn fairly quickly there. Yeah, hold off there for a second, Luca. Because I'm going to want to use haste on Marley so she gets her turn a little quicker. And then why don't you use Fire Sword with Chrono there. I don't know if it's worth using it for the attack multipliers there, because Chrono's kind of... Well, that did pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Basically, I want to have Marley get up on her turns there quicker so that I can use Aura Whirl a little bit more effectively. Let's see how much it heals now. Yeah, that's not bad. That's about as much as a Robo Heal Beam, so that's pretty good. And let's go with Flare, Ow, and then Frenzy. And we should eventually be able to take him out. Let's do a Cure 1 on you there, Marley, so that you can get yourself back up on HP. Maybe I'll use Haste on Luca next turn as well, just so that she has it. But yeah, Chrono can run circles around everybody at this point, so it's not really a huge deal. Like, look at that! He's already down. Man, you weren't shit this time, Lavos. Yeah, I get the feeling this isn't quite over yet. We're gonna have to go inside the shell to take on whatever we find in here. Yeah, right at the heart there, practically. I hope so. Hey, you can even hear the heart. So if you want to, you can use this gate to leave, and there's a save point here so that you can heal as well. Actually, I'm going to use the gate to leave because Gaspar has a unique line of dialogue if you leave here right now before fighting Lavos. And then you can get back here, I believe, by using the bucket in the end of time there. I think that's where we're going to end up anyway. Oh, and by the way, I should also mention, the entirety of the Black Omen is optional. You could have just used the bucket straight away to fight Lavos, but, well, I decided that I wanted to do it this way, so we did it this way instead. Yo, Gaspar, I'm about to go fight Lavos again. I mean, we already beat the outer core, but... Yeah, well, the question, of course, is whether or not she deserved to get her humanity back after all the crazy things she did, but, oh well. Well, yeah, that's true. Across all time periods, too, so this is a pretty big battle we've got coming up. Well, I won't take it lightly then, will I? Okay, so let's set ourselves up for the final party that I'm going to use. I believe I want Robo second and Ayla third, if I remember right. Actually, that's fine how they've got them over there. And then let's equip them. Let's see. We gotta give the golden studs to the others there, so let's just do this for now. So you get the golden, you get a golden stud, and you get a golden stud, and you get a golden stud. Everybody gets a golden stud. Especially Luca, because I need those prism specs. You can have this. Not that it's going to do you any good at this point. Okay, so Frog wants the sunglasses. So let's give him those. Robo, you want... What do you want? Oh, good lord, Frog's magic defense isn't exactly the highest thing in the world now, is it? Maybe I should give you the magic crest, because Slurp Kiss is going to be halfway nice, and you need the little bit of extra magic defense that you can get there. Robo has 93. Yeah, I'm going to give you the magic crest. Instead, won't do that much to hurt our damage output with what's it called, with drop down. And it'll still, to be fair, it'll still, what's it called, make him powerful, more powerful in Slurp Kiss, which is how we're primarily going to heal ourselves, so that should be fine. Since that's the case, then, I was going to give Ayla the Prism Specs, but since we're doing it this way, I'm going to give Robo the Prism Specs so that he can do more damage with Rapid Fire Fist! And then we should be okay, and you can have the sunglasses, and then that should be good. So yeah, there's the final setup. Let's get it on! Well, first I'm gonna go save it, but, you know. And obviously I gotta bring everybody into the... Oh, I did bring them into the party. I'm looking at the middle of the screen, and there's Chrono there, but yeah, we're over here, actually. I'm just taking up the same space as Chrono. And then we'll save it one final time. Dream's End. That's the name of this section there. So we finally got through the Faded Hour, and now we're going to the end of the dream. And so let's go back to the Day of Lavos. So yeah, it won't throw you right into the fight. Gaspar gives you a warning if you check the bucket earlier in the game, saying, hey, you know, that's where Lavos is. If you want to see the destruction of the world for yourselves, well, be my guest, but I'm not gonna stop you, but you're gonna have some problems. So, and then if you go up here, yeah, well, we already fought him, so did I find a way to fight him again? Where was that? We just went through the gate to get here, didn't we? Maybe it's because I didn't do it at 12,000 AD. Let's see what happens. Ah, there we go. Okay. Let's get in there. I will no longer run away. Now I will fight! Well, you know. Yes, it did. Chrono, Marley, and Luca took care of that. Alright, sounds good. Let's get inside. So yeah, you could bring Magus here as well so that you can see what he has to say. But the thing is that Magus' dialogue really isn't that different from what he said to Queen Zeal, so... So let's head on inside, and we'll finally be through with this Lavos character. The closer you get, the stronger his heartbeat gets, until finally we end up here. Cell! I knew you were behind this all along! Seriously, though, it practically is Cell, considering it possesses the DNA of every organism that's ever dwelt on the planet. No, Lavos will lose. That's how it's gonna go. So this is the core of Lavos, basically. And he has boob cannons, apparently. Great! Ow! Okay, we're gonna need a Slurp Kiss there. Where is it? There it is. After that one. Now, the thing about this is that the left arm, the one that's on our right there, it has more HP than the right arm, but you want to get rid of the arms there because otherwise the head isn't going to take extra damage. So I'm going to want to do, actually I'm going to use Electrocute here just so that we can do all of this. You could have Robo over where Ayla is so that you can use Proximity Bomb or Double Bomb if you have Luca, but this should do. I want to do some AoE damage if I can so that I can get rid of both of the arms pretty close together, because I think he gets kind of pissed off if you don't do it like that, so... Okay. And I'd like to keep, like I said before, I want to keep Frog and Ayla as close together on their how they work, basically. I want to keep them getting their turns as close together as possible, so that's why I'm kind of... I put Frog on the Guardian Helm instead of, say, another Haste Helm. Yeah, before long we should have both of the arms down, and then that will drop the defense on the head there. Probably another drop down. Well, actually, I don't want to use another drop down because of the fact that I want to keep the damage even from here on. So let's do this, and then we'll hold off for a second. Just to see what happens. But basically, once the defense drops on the head, I'm just going to start dropping on the head. So let's just keep this up. Uh-oh. Oops, no, I don't want to use drop down at this point. I want to use Slurp Kiss, because that's going to hurt. Ow. Okay, that's why I wanted to keep them on standby, because I knew he was going to use laser beams eventually there, and, well, he did. I think the arms have about 10,000 HP each or something like that. So, uh-oh. This could be bad for Frog. I believe Dark Will, yeah, that killed Frog, damn. I believe Dark Will, it gets rid of your status protection, if I remember right, so we gotta be a little careful now, since that's the case. Alright, let's toss out a Mega Elixir, since we couldn't get the Slurp Kiss off in time. And I believe this inflicts status ailments on your party, so hopefully it doesn't do too many of them. Okay, we're good. We're good, so let's use Drop Down, and then use Rapid Fire Fist! And I think we'll be able to get rid of him before he... I think he can respawn the arms, but I think we'll be able to get rid of him before he can do that, so... Hopefully, anyway. Well, that's not going to do enough for you there, buddy. It would be nice if I had access to haste here, but that's okay. I don't need it that badly. That could also be bad. I don't know how much damage that does, but it looks like it hurts a little bit. Or a lot of bit. Ow! Jesus Christ. Okay, hang on. Okay, there we go. That's probably bad. I don't want his attack raised. I should probably use some of those shield and barrier spheres that I've got there just to, you know, do a little bit of extra stuff to him. We'll get to that. I'll use it right now, actually, because with his attack raised, I'm going to want to have Frog have as much magic defense as possible. So, alright, we'll just keep dropping down, and you just keep using barrier spheres there, Robo. We'll get through this. Ah, got him. Nice. Well, that takes care of Lavos. Or, you know, Imperfect Cell. As the case might be. Although, you know... Oh, no. I was just thinking it, now he is. I was going to say, Cell had more than one form, didn't he? God damn it. What the hell is that even supposed to be? What was Lavos' goal? And what was he going to do with it? Oh, I see. So he was basically just trying to create this current form of himself, his perfect form, and when he failed in other parts of the timeline, when he got to 1999 AD, he was just like, yeah, screw it, I couldn't do it, and then he just blew the world up and spawned and then died. Great. Well, that's not good. No, we do not. This is it, Lavos. You're going down. And you'll no longer be a threat to the people of this planet. For all of time and space, I will destroy you! Okay, first things first, we want to get rid of... So basically, there's the three parts there. There's the central area, the central pod, the left pod, and then the right pod. So, oh, hey, we don't have any tech points left for this. That's not good. What we want to do, basically, is we want to attack that one right there. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll use, what's it called? What is it? Aerial Strike. And then I'll have you throw a Mega Elixir. Holy Jesus Christ, man. That's not good at all. You want to get rid of the core, that pod specifically there, because it can heal the other sections, and that's not good, so... well, we're going to need to do something else there in just a moment. I also think that that section can, if I remember right, that section can get rid of your status protection as well, if I remember right, which is just not good at all. But this should take care of it. Alright, so let's hold off on Robo's turn there. Now, what that is doing there, that core there, will lower its defenses so that it can revive the different sections there. And that's not good. So what we want to do is we want to use an Athenian Water on Frog so that he can get back up. And then we'll use a Mega Elixir and go from there. And I think what I'm basically just going to do is I'm just going to use Drop Down on the other one so that it can't resurrect anybody. And then go from there. Okay, there we go. So let's do a Drop Down on that guy. And then, I do want to kind of do some damage to the other guy, so let's use Electrocute just to do the other pod, by the way, the one that I got rid of, is actually immune to all forms of magical damage, so because of that, you'll want to just get rid of him with physical attacks as quickly as you can, so like with Drop Down, which is what we're going to use again. So once we get rid of it, we'll go and use Electrocute again, and that'll take care of those two. I think that one has about 2,000 HP, so you want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Drop Down does the trick, so that's no big deal. And we'll just keep Robo going with Electrocute there. As long as that thing is using Resurrect, it uses Resurrect and then it takes it a little while to use Resurrect, or to raise its defense back up again after using Resurrect, so because of that, you can basically get away with doing lots and lots of damage while it's still got its defenses lowered. So that's what I want to do, basically. I want to do that. I want to get rid of the central part if I can, because the central part is actually not the real Lavos. The core that resurrects the different pieces is the real Lavos, and that one is the one that has the most HP out of anybody. So we want to get rid of that one as quickly as possible. So since the other one's not here yet, let's do another drop down on it. I think it has like 30 or 35,000 HP, so this shouldn't take very long. The central one has like 10,000, and he will revive the central one as well as the left one if you get to that point, but yeah, we're not going to get to that point just yet. There goes his defenses to get back up, so now we just got to wait, basically, until he gets his stuff back up. Okay, he lowered his defenses to resurrect again. Since that's the case, let's use a drop down and then have Robo use his turn to toss out a Mega Elixir. That'll get us our MP back, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah, that's what Robo's basically doing in this one. He's sort of a support, whereas Frog and Ayla are the main damage dealers here. If I would let him get a turn, he could actually get off some pretty powerful damage there, but yeah, it's... I'm not going to let him have that opportunity, obviously. He's had that opportunity previously, but... yeah, I'm not going to let him do that. Alright, one last big one. Everything you've got. Let's do it, guys. See if we can finish him with a rapid fire fist. Go, Robo, go! Yes! Nice job. I thought he was just about dead, so I was like, we gotta use rapid fire fist to finish this off. It's the best attack in the game, so I gotta. Not the best attack, objectively, just subjectively. And now all of time is hopefully restoring back to normal, because Lavos no longer has control over it, so. But yeah, I had to get that drop down tech. It was way worth it for this fight, so. Oh, this seems familiar. Mom, what do you want? I just fought a god of time or something. I don't... Oh, you're not my mom. What the hell, man? My stay of execute... Okay, wait a minute. We proved that the Chancellor was a monster. Why am I still being executed? Are you guys out of your minds? To the end of time and back, basically. No, I have not. Well, sure they have, but in a positive way. Yeah, seriously. Something like that, sure, but how do you know that? Oh, hey, there's, Doan, yeah, the guy from the future. Well, we also saved the... Oh, saved the past. So... Man, how did these guys all get here? Kino? What the hell are you doing here? Oh, jeez. This must be Luca's doing. Yeah, and how are we able... Aren't you not supposed to be able to meet your ancestors, or there's some sort of, like, crazy grandfather paradox or something? Well, I guess not in this specific case, so... Oh, did they? Well, that was nice of them. Oh, well, that kind of makes sense. It's where you get the blonde hair from. Yeah, we did do a pretty good job of it, didn't we, there? Ooh, a victory parade. Well, the Moonlight Parade was going to happen here anyway, so that would be pretty cool. Alright, sounds good. Let's go enjoy the fair. And everybody's out to celebrate. And I mean everybody, even the monsters. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let the Moonlight Parade begin. Well, want to go walk around there, Marley? I guess she does. And we'll be part of it there. Oh, hey, kitty. Come along. Join me on my quest. Cat's probably the most powerful party member in the game, but he waited until the credits to frickin' show up, didn't he? God damn it, Cadillac. Hey, even Melchior's here, and so are Lara and Taban down there. I can see them messing around. I don't know any of these little girls, though. It's kind of weird that they're blowing kisses at me. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you went back to see the monsters in Medina in 1000 AD there, after you did Magus' side quest with Ozzy, they're actually a lot nicer now. They aren't overcharging you like crazy on their on their goods or anything like that, and I think they worship somebody other than Magus or something like that now, or maybe they still worship him, but something else, I don't know. But the point is that they're a lot nicer now, so that's the point. Oh, hey, Mom, what's going on? Well, I'll have a lot more time to spend around the house now that the world has been saved. Pets, wait a minute, did you get another cat while I was gone? Oh, jeez. Yeah, something like that. I don't think he's old enough for that, Taban. So, Lara, how are your legs feeling there? Yes, we did. Oh, you guys will be the talk of the town. And the talk of, well, the rest of the planet, too. Hey, Melchior. Yeah, probably not going to need weapons too much after this. We've made quite the difference here, haven't we? Alright, let's go check up here and see what else we've got going on. Whoa! Okay. Nice. Luca's taunting me. She wants me to join us down over there. Is Gatto still over here? Can I even get to Gatto? No, I can't get to Gatto. Okay. Too bad he can't give me 15 silver points anymore. Anybody else to see over here? Let's check it out. Nope. Surprised Ayla isn't over there dancing with the prehistoric dancers. Well, anyway. Only one way to go now. Well, I guess we're gonna have to say goodbye to all of our friends there. Yep. Well, that figures. Alright, let's say our goodbyes. Well, of course. What did you think was gonna happen, Marley? They can't stay here, or else you'll disappear again. Hell. Basically all she's saying. Don't worry about it, Marley. We'll tell you when you're older. Oh, jeez. Bye, Ayla. See ya in 65 million years. Something like that. Alright, and you guys will go off and protect Her Majesty. See ya, Frog! Thanks for killing the final boss for us. Oh, damn. Of course. They had to bring that trope in somehow, didn't they? And where will you go, Magus? Ah, so he's off through the bounds of time to see if he can find Scala. Alright. He didn't even say goodbye! Well, whatever. He was never one for mincing words. Gotta make the future a better place there, Robo. And, I mean, it is a better place now because Lavos doesn't exist, but... Well, actually, come to think of it, that means Robo won't be going back to the future he remembers, will he? He'll be in a future that's far better. Well, that's good for him. Oh, come on, Luca. He's been with you since almost the beginning. Right, but he'll exist here. He's still here now. Yeah, of course. Can he feel sadness? He's a robot there, Luca. Yeah, he'll still be around. Bye, Doan. See ya, Robo. When next we meet. Oh. Jack. He's crying. Aww. Poor Luca and poor Robo. See ya! And that just leaves you, me, and Chrono's new girlfriend. Great. Which one was that? Oh. You know, it probably is, considering the time gates are growing weaker. And that's what we thought was making the time gates. You said it. Surprised we didn't mess more things up there. Well, that might not be a bad idea. We could use the extra tech that it provides us. Oh, hey, kitty. Oh, hey, Mom. Kitty, where are you going? Well, if you gave me some cat food, this wouldn't happen. Oh, no! Oh, Mom, don't... Oh, my God. My mom just vanished through time! No! Chrono, God damn it. What are you doing, you maniac? There's no one to cook for you or clean for you anymore. You can't live on your own. You're 15. We have the epoch, Marley. We do. So that means we can go after them for one more adventure through time. Oh, is he? Well, I guess it'll just be me and Luca going then. Alright, let's go see what His Grace would like from us. Hello, sir. What can I do for you? About that, actually. Excuse me. Oh, really? And what gift would that be? Is it a new bell? Looks like a new bell. Oh, it's Marley's bell, or, well, Nadia's bell, but yeah, close enough. So they replaced Lean's bell, or, you know, just upgraded it. Probably used some of the leftover pieces of the rainbow shell there. About that, Dad, I gotta go. Places to be, people to see, and time to, well, not kill, but, you know. Bye! And off we go, through time and space once more. Taban, before you do that, can you get the king down? Maybe? Oh, no. Well, at least it didn't go up the king's ass. That wouldn't have been good. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy. This one was really good. Like I said before, when we started this whole thing off, Chrono Trigger is a game that I did not grow up with. It was not a game that I played on the original Super Nintendo when we first got the Super Nintendo. What games did we have for it? The very first video game I ever played on the Super Nintendo was Super Mario World, but that was done at well, I wouldn't even say a friend's place. I went to like this weird summer camp, and it wasn't even a summer camp, it was just some lady in her house like a few blocks from here taking care of like 20 kids while the parents worked during the summer. So I went there probably like 3-4 days a week, and we played, I played Super Mario World all of once there. I took a crack at the final boss, because that was where the older kids got to and totally died like 3 times, and they were like, no, you can't play anymore, so they took the controller away from me. But that was what sold me on getting a video game system for the first time. I was like, well, they have one, so why can't we have one? So then we got one, and we got Killer Instinct with it. Maybe not the game that you should have your 6-year-old playing, just saying. Oh, Robo and Atropos, look at them. They made it to the good future. Of course, Ayla and Kino are still doing that too. Where was I going with the story? Yeah, so basically, you know, we had Killer Instinct, we had Super Mario World, we had Super Mario RPG, we had Mega Man X, we had Mario Paint, we had a few other games that were like, you know, licensed games and cheap knockoff games and a bunch of other stuff. But Chrono Trigger was not a part of my childhood, and looking back on it, I'm kind of, to be honest with you, upset with my younger self, because if it had been a part of my childhood, I would probably uphold this due to nostalgic value as one of the greatest games of all time. It's really, really good. It's just at the right pace and difficulty where you're never really going to have to worry yourself about not being prepared for the next thing that happens, unless, of course, you run away from a ton of battles. But that's all on you. You can decide how well or ill prepared you are for something, just in that case. And the game glides you right through it at a fairly even pace without... I mean, there's a couple of little difficulty spikes here and there, but it's never entirely super challenging, but that means that it never has to slow down for you to grind or for you to do side quests and stuff, because there are a few side quests in the game, but the pace of the game never slows down, and I can really get behind that. Never having to really worry myself about slowing down to take in, you know, all of the different things that are going on in the world and try to keep track of everything, and always moving at a good clip all the way through the game. I can really appreciate that when a video game does that. And then that's not the only thing that it does, though. That's the thing, is that the music is fantastic. The gameplay is simple and easy to get, but also tricky to master it to the point where you're doing it, like, you know, super well. I don't even think at the end of this game that I did it super well, but I was getting there. I improved for sure over the course of the game on how my strategies evolved over the course of the game, and it's not that strategic. I won't try to hold it up and say this is a difficult video game, but like I said, it's at just the right pace where it's not so difficult that you start tearing your hair out as a younger kid, and it can still be appreciated when you have limited time as an adult. So it's a game for all ages, and that's another point that I can really put in its favor there. That's something that I strongly like about the game there. And like I said, the music is fantastic, the gameplay is fantastic. I think, again, the only thing really preventing me from saying this is one of the greatest, if not the greatest RPG I've ever played in my life, is the fact that I have no nostalgic value for it. And so I approached it from a more critical eye when I played the game in 2008, when it came out for the DS. And at that point, I was already, 17, 18 years old. And I don't want to say was more jaded. It was just that I could nitpick a little bit more than I could as a little kid, and because of that, I don't have as fond of memories here as I could have. As it stands, Chrono Trigger is a fantastic game, and I would recommend it to literally anyone who enjoys RPGs. I personally think, to be honest with you, the only real criticism I could give of the game is that I think the first 4 or 5 hours, when you're kind of thrown into this whole time travel thing and you don't really know, you don't have an overarching goal for the whole game at that point, right? I feel like that part of the game is a little bit slow and a little bit choppy. And that was especially true in this particular playthrough because I was playing that part of the game in a style that I don't personally enjoy myself doing. But literally other than that, it's fantastic. Like, I could not ask for anything else from this game. It's really, really solid, and it lives up almost completely to all of the hype that it receives from people. And I, again, would recommend it to anyone who likes RPGs. If you enjoy it, I'd recommend picking it up. And there's, you have choices in that matter. You could play the original Super Nintendo version, which has the funny translation of Ted Woolsey. He was the lead translator on the Super Nintendo version, so his scripts are always good for a laugh. I mean, they're still, translated well. It's just that he brings in some humor that you don't see in other places. And then the games that followed, the remakes, like the DS version, followed suit in that regard because they translated it a little bit closer to what the original script said, but they still kept some of the funny moments that Woolsey put in there. Or you could play the DS version, which has additional content that we didn't get into in this part, but we will get into later. I dropped 1,059 frames in this stream. Jesus Christ, I just saw that. Sorry. I lost my train of thought there. You could play the DS version. Just don't play the Steam version. Please, do yourself a favor. It's just the mobile version, so if you're going to play that version of the game, just play the mobile version if you have no other access. But if you're watching this, you probably have a computer, and while I don't condone getting ROMs and emulators for systems that you don't own, I would still highly recommend that you play Chrono Trigger in some capacity before you no longer play video games anymore, whatever that might be. But yeah, that's it for Chrono Trigger, the Stream Edition, for the new game stream through anyway. I believe we can save our file here after this is done. Oh, I was thinking that the credits were over there. Well, I guess I could talk about the game some more while we're watching the remainder of it. But yeah, basically, that's all for the new game stream through of Chrono Trigger. Now, following that, is when Chrono Trigger does something really cool. Basically, New Game Plus was not a thing that was really done that much in the Super Nintendo era. It was done before Chrono Trigger came out, but it was never done to the extent that Chrono Trigger did it, and I think Chrono Trigger can be lauded throughout video game history if it did one thing other than captivating the hearts of so many people back in the 90s. It can be said as the pioneer for what we know today as the New Game Plus mode in so many other video games. Because what Chrono Trigger does is it lets you, after you save, after the credits are done rolling, it allows you to save your data to a separate slot or whatever, and then you can see there's the original translation, Ted Woolsey there. Gotta love you, man. Thanks for all your service there. It was fantastic. And everybody that worked on the game, really, thank you. This game is really, really great. But anyway, yeah, so it lets you save your game, you'll keep your levels, you'll keep your equipment, for the most part. Some of the equipment you don't keep, but only a very select number. Basically, anything that we have that I had equipped there, we will keep into New Game Plus. And you can use it to just steamroll through the game. You can get through the game in a solid 6 hours if you play it again on New Game Plus, or even less if you're really good at the game, I'm sure. But the reason why you might want to do this, the ending actually changes depending on some of the things that you did throughout the game. Like, if you were to have said, say, piloted the Epoch to 1999 AD and used it to crash through Lavos' shell, you could totally skip the shell phase of Lavos and just fight the core of it, but then you don't have the Epoch, obviously, in order to go after Chrono's mother when she goes flinging through time there. So you got to find a different way of doing that, and it alters the ending slightly. And if you never let the Chancellor out of the chest after Marley's personal quest there, it alters the ending slightly there too. If Lara couldn't walk because you didn't rescue her in 990 AD, alters the ending a little bit as well. But that's not the only thing that happens. Depending on when you defeat Lavos in the game, because there's multiple different points in the game where you can literally just take the bucket, go beat Lavos, and be done with the game. And since you have all of the equipment that you had at the end game, you can go do that whenever you want now. And because of that, you can defeat him, like I said, literally whenever you want during the game, and you get a different ending depending on when you beat him. There's something like 13 endings for this game. It's kind of crazy. And I don't think that even on the New Game Plus stream through, I'm not 100% sure yet whether or not we will go for all of those. I might do a few of them. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. That's probably very bad. Basically, those are, I think those are the dimensional vortices. And this is exclusive to the DS version, by the way. You can only do those in New Game Plus. So now you can, yes, like it says, you can now visit the Dimensional Vortex. And that is related to the secret ending that you can get only in the DS versions there. You have to beat through all 3 of those dimensional vortices, and then you get a secret final boss that you can beat, and that will unlock the secret ending. That's the one that we're going to be ending the New Game Plus stream through on when we get to that one. But that is for another day. So we got ending number 1, Beyond Time. Like I said, we might get all the other endings. I'm not sure really yet. I know there's at least one other one besides the DS one that is exclusive to New Game Plus. You can check the ending log now in the extras menu, so we could go do that. But let's save our completed game data there. And we're good to go. Let's go back to the title screen. And that's it. So now we have that save file right there with our completed game. I'm going to tuck that away in a safe place because it's probably going to be months before I start up doing the New Game Plus stream through of Chrono Trigger there. Basically, when I'm starting to get that itch to play Chrono Cross there, we're going to come back to Chrono Trigger, we're going to stream it again, we'll do the New Game Plus stream through. We will do all of the exclusive DS content when we do the New Game Plus stream through. We'll do the Lost Sanctum, which we didn't do over the course of this one. That was the other gates that opened up when we got the Epoch with the wings there. Back a couple of streams ago. But we will do all of the Lost Sanctum there. We'll do the Dimensional Vortices, and those have some secret bonus bosses in them as well, in addition to the secret final boss that we can fight. So we will do all of those and get some really nice exclusive equipment that you can only get in the DS version, which will help us out with the secret final boss there. And basically, that's at the very least what we'll do with the New Game Plus stream through. I know that we can also save to separate files and basically just get a bunch of different endings and then save it to another separate file and get another ending, do that sort of a thing, but I'll figure out how I want to handle all of that for when we come back to the New Game Plus stream through there. But yeah, that's it for Chrono Trigger, the stream through edition for now anyway. Yeah, sorry there, Conker. We just got the ending about 20 minutes ago. It'll all be on YouTube there though, so you'll be able to check it out. It was pretty good though. It was pretty good. I would recommend watching. Well, you could probably skip through the Black Omen there. It wasn't that eventful. As long as you watch the boss fight with Queen Zeal and then everything else towards the ending, that should be enough for you there. But yeah, I'll be exporting this to YouTube in not too long, so then you'll be able to check out what you missed. But that's going to do it for this stream through of Chrono Trigger there. I will be back basically tomorrow. I'm going to be setting up a new stream through as been suggested by one of my viewers. If you want to know what that is, you can check out the stream suggestions list. It is on my Twitch channel below my channel feed. And it's the game that's at the top of the list there. Not Metal Gear Rising, though. That I'm saving because we may actually be able to get that in for Independence Day. And that would be pretty ironic and funny, and I kind of want that to happen. So hopefully we get to that, but we'll be playing another game starting on Tuesday. But for now, that's going to be it for Chrono Trigger. Great game. Would definitely recommend it. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this stream through. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I will see all of you on the next one. Take care, and have a good night. I'm gonna let this play out before I